Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm super excited. I'm going to be talking about pumping essentials. It's going to be going off of last week's theme, which was talking about newborn essentials. So I have my pumping essentials today. I'm going to share a lactation recipe for you in 2 days on Thursday, and then I will have my postpartum. Sorry, Steve is playing his game and yeah, guys are annoying. So anywho, I will have my postpartum essentials up next week and my labor and delivery story. I'm super excited. So you guys have those videos to look forward to coming up. So make sure you subscribe if you want to watch those. And let's just go ahead and get into these pumping essentials. So the first thing, obviously, you need a pump. Now, I had 3 pumps to try out. I got one free from insurance, so I went through Edge Park. I'll have them linked down below. Not an affiliate, but they do take most insurances. But if, for some reason, if they don't, then call the little number that's on the back of your card and ask how you can get a free breast pump, or go through your doctor or your midwife, ask them how you can go about it, and they should be able to get you a number and get you all set up. I went through Edge Park, but I still needed a script for the breast pump to, confirm that I am pregnant. So I got that from my midwife and I emailed them a picture of it, and then I got my pump like a month and a half later. Now I got the Lancino electric breast pump. Wow, I can't talk. I got the Lancino electric breast pump through them. It was the double electric breast pump, and it sucked. I did not like it. It did take batteries and you could plug it into the wall. So with batteries, it would use them up so quickly because you're pumping every 2 hours. But I didn't start using it until Malia was about 4 to 5 months, so I was pumping every 3 to 4 hours. So I did not like it because it didn't feel as strong and the batteries went really quickly. So then I was like, all right. Okay guys, I had to go ask Steve to bring it down, lower it down so I can film for the next half hour. But I think I left off saying that I didn't like the pump because I had to plug it into the wall. I didn't like that because I had to stay in that one spot and I can only go but so far. I couldn't get a good suction with my nipple in. I did have 2 flanges to try out, but I did not like them. They just did not fit correctly. I could not get a good flow, so did not like that. Now I'm going to talk about the 2 breast pumps I did like. So the first pump I tried was a manual pump, which was Medela. I got it at the hospital from the lactation specialist. She was awesome. I'm going to talk about that all, oh my gosh, I'm going to talk about that all in my labor and delivery story coming next week, but she was awesome. She helped me a lot. I did get to get plugged up to the electric breast pump because I tried breastfeeding. It was hard to latch. It was very painful, the cramping, because your uterus is shrinking and you can literally feel that. So I'm breastfeeding and it just hurts so bad. Like her sucking on my nipple, like to get the milk out, didn't even hurt. It was just my uterus is what made it so painful. And then with pumping, I did still feel my uterus contracting, so that was a lot, and I just felt like I was back in labor. It was horrible. So I just went with the pumping. I breastfed for a little bit. We did formula. So I did talk about supplementing in my lactation video. But yeah, I did bounce back and forth in the beginning at the hospital because I had to wait for the nurse to come back and bring up the Medela hospital grade electric pump for me to use. So I was like, I gotta get her formula. She needs to eat. I don't want to put her back on my nipple. Like, I just want to wait for the lactation specialist to come. So there's a bunch of other, recovering moms there too, so I had to wait my turn. Then she came in, we got to do that. I gave her my breast milk. I saw my colostrum, my liquid gold, so it was really cool. I was like, oh my gosh, my body is making this is awesome. So I love pumping, so she gave me the Medela manual pump because I couldn't obviously take the electric pump home. So I was using that, and at first I didn't mind, but once my supply came in, I was like, oh my gosh, this is taking so long. So after we left the hospital, I think like the next day, I ordered an electric breast pump, which was this one from Amazon, and this is the Bella Baby. I think they're a UK company. So this is what it looks like. And then I have my pump and bottle drying in the kitchen, so I can't show you that. But yeah, this is what it looks like. I think this was under $100 or maybe $100. I just remember it being really affordable, so I will link it down below. I got it off Amazon. I love it. I saw the reviews on YouTube. They were great. I had just simply typed in affordable breast pumps, and I think breast pumps off of Amazon, and I saw a ton of reviews on that one, so I was like, what, I'm gonna get that, and I love it. I've been using it for 6 months and it's still going strong. It hasn't gone down on me yet. So mamas, when you are in the hospital, make sure you take advantage of that lactation specialist. Write down any questions you have now. No question is stupid. You literally do not know whether this is your first baby or your second time and you're just breastfeeding for the first time. Just, you don't know anything about breastfeeding because you've never done it. So don't be scared to ask questions. Write them down. My lactation consultant was amazing. She showed me how to self-express, how to put her on my nipple, different positions with the pillow, and I definitely wish I would have brought my boppy, but she was just amazing. Gave me that breast pump, gave me a lot of information. So yeah, the Mandela breast pump, the manual one, I really liked because when my supply was coming in, sometimes I would get a clogged duct because I would sleep through that alarm, because Steve was home for the first 3 weeks, so he would take the night shift and I would get to sleep. So if I slept through my alarm because I was so tired, my breast would be leaking, and then I eventually got mastitis and I clogged ducts. So that manual one felt so good because my breasts were so tender and sore that using the electric breast pump just hurt even more. So the manual pump, just having to go like this, just made it so much easier for some reason. So I suggest having both. So try and get the free one at the hospital, and then if not, I think it's maybe 50-60 bucks at Target, I'm not sure, but I will have the manual and the electric ones linked down below for you guys. The next item you're going to need, it's not a pump, but it's the best thing close to a pump, and it is the Haka. So many moms talk about this. All the videos I saw about it, I was like, I don't know, should I get this? So I got this off of Amazon. I think it was under $10, and it is a lifesaver. It is awesome because you don't want to waste any of your breast milk, okay? So when I was breastfeeding her, I had a leaking nipple because I didn't bring this to the hospital. Either I did and I forgot it was in there, or I didn't end up bringing it. I don't think I brought it, but you suction it onto your nipple while you are breastfeeding or while you are doing the manual pump, because you can only do one at a time, and it catches the letdown of the other side, because you will have letdown on the opposite side that you are not breastfeeding on, and you will leak. So it's awesome just to put this on, and it'll save you some milk. So when using the manual breast pump, especially when I had a clogged duct, I would throw this on the opposite nipple and it would catch so much letdown, guys. I believe it's caught like 2 ounces, 3 ounces, 5 ounces. I will be including pictures like you guys see now, but it was just a lifesaver. I didn't want to waste any of that milk. And most of the time, the milk that I would save for my Haka, because after manually pumping one side, I still have to go in and do the other side. So what I would save in here, I would just simply freeze, and every ounce adds up, especially for days when your supply drops because you're not eating enough, you're not drinking enough, you have a clogged duct, and you just can't work it out, or you go over on time to pump. Like if you miss that 2-hour mark, you have to wait 3 hours because, you know, you're home alone, your baby's fussy. That was me. It's just amazing to have, you know, a few ounces stored in the freezer just to save you a headache. And when you do babysitting, like if you want to, if you need to run somewhere and you want to make sure you have enough bottles, because before I was just pumping enough to, feed her, so I did end up having an oversupply. So if you guys want a video about like pumping 101, pumping mistakes I made so far, because I'm only 6 months in, it hasn't even been a year, then let me know in the comments down below, and I will do that and talk about that and how to avoid, you know, getting an oversupply. And just, it was a lot. That's why I had mastitis 3 times. So it was a cursing and a blessing to have an oversupply, because I was producing so much milk, but it was so hard to keep up with pumping. It was time consuming. So let me know if you guys want to see that video, but you definitely need a Haka if you're breastfeeding, just to save the milk. Even if you don't want to freeze it for a rainy day, at least you just have it stored so someone else can do the feeding and you can just take a break, because moms, you know, we need a break. But I love my Haka. I will have it linked down below for you guys. The next 2 items you need are bras. I know bras suck, but you will need a hands-free pumping bra. Trust me, I didn't get it till Malia was about 3 months, and I was so happy when I got it because it's a hands-free pumping bra. So you put your pumps in. I'll include a picture and like cover my nipples, but you put the pumps in and you're just pumping while your hands are free, so you can play with your baby. I will have Malia next to me because sometimes she just likes to be right next to her mama, and I need to pump so she can have milk. So I will just keep her on the chassis next to me, put my hand on her so she doesn't roll over, play with her, shake her toys in front of her, talk to her, so I can pump for 20 minutes. And it is a lifesaver. Before, it was so hard. So with the manual pump, I would have to pump 1 at a time, so it would take me like 40 minutes just to pump versus 20 minutes with the electric pump. And my hands would be free, so I could play with her, and if she's fussy, I can, you know, pick her up still and maneuver it. You learn how to do a lot of stuff that you thought you couldn't do once you actually have your baby with you. So trust me guys, hands-free pumping bra from the start will just save your life and make things 10 times easier. And then the other bra is a nursing bra. And I brought this to the hospital. I did wear it. Nursing bras are not only for, you know, breastfeeding. I wore mine when I was pregnant, and I mentioned that in my maternity haul just because my breasts were so tender. I was already leaking. Like, I was like, I think 7-8 months pregnant, and I was leaking milk already. So trust me, that saved my life. It just felt so good because my breasts, I hated having them in a bra. And I was like, oh my gosh, when is maternity leave? I don't want to work. But then we went into lockdown, so I like only worked for 3 months. But it was the longest 3 months ever. So that is good. And then I sleep with that at night just because I will leak. You know, you have your milk, you're gonna leak. She sleeps through the night, so I go about 7 to 8 hours without pumping. Now my body is trained and used to that. Before getting used to it, that's why I got mastitis again. So, you know, be careful with all that. Mastitis sucks. Clogged ducts suck. So having this bra when you're breastfeeding or pumping helps, because my next thing, which I'll mention, is nursing pads. You need something to hold those nursing pads up. Trust me, I've tried to just stick them to my shirt and have them stay, but it doesn't work. So this is the most comfortable thing that I can sleep in. And then some days when I just need a break, I'll go braless. I don't know if that's TMI, but if you pump or breastfeed, you know your breasts are sore, they're full a lot most of the day. They're always full, so it feels nice to let the girls out. So the next thing you'll need is nursing pads. This big box I got from my baby shower. This is oh my gosh, these are the Lancino Stay Dry nursing pads. You get 2 in here. I still have so much because I would literally forget to wear them, and then I'd be leaking all over my boyfriend's shirts because I would just wear his and he hated it. But yeah, they look like this. I still have like a closed pack. Oh my gosh, I gotta remember to start wearing these. I don't leak as bad anymore. So this is one big nursing pad. I'll just open it for you guys so you can see, but you know, it's obviously to catch the milk. So if you don't want to use your Haka and you're just going to leak, then maybe if you're just breastfeeding, so just, you know, open this nice and big like this, so it's protecting you, and you just stick it on and it's going to catch that milk. And then also after, you know, I get out the shower, because sometimes you think you have your breast empty and then you take a nice warm shower and then you end up leaking. So it's nice to just stick those in your bra. I carry them with me. I keep them in my diaper bag. Well, actually I keep them in my pump bag now, so no matter what, I can just throw them in and I'm not leaking milk all over my bra and my shirts. So this isn't really essential, but I thought it might be a little helpful. This is the Upspring milk screen for breastfeeding test strip. So if you want to have a little drink, I have about 7 in here. Yeah, because I only used it once. Let me just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I don't know when I used the other one. Oh, I think I double tested my breast milk. So I've only had to use these once because I'm not a huge drinker anyway. I like wine. I know you can have a serving of wine and then wait a few hours to pump. So I'll have less than a full serving of wine. So half a serving of wine. And I'm okay. And I'll have it late at night after I'm done pumping for the night, which is about 10 o'clock. And I don't pump till the next morning. So I go, like I said, 7 to 8 hours without pumping. So I'll have my glass of wine at night. But I got those because we went to a wedding back in September and I knew I wanted to drink and just enjoy our time out, parents' night out. We were at a wedding. We were obviously safe, you know, social distance and all that stuff. But I had some drinks and I was like, oh, let's test this. I ended up being okay with the milk, but I wanted to double test. So like, I had a lot to drink, but I did go 5 hours without pumping as suggested on a chart that I saw on Pinterest. So I will have it linked down below for you guys. I don't know how accurate it is, so ask your doctor or physician, her doctor or lactation consultant, you know, get a medical professional to give you advice on that. I just went off the chart and was fine. But I used those to test and double check to make sure my milk was good, and it was. So the next thing you'll need is nipple balm. So I have 2 right here. These are by Linolen, the same brand as the nursing pads. One is a nipple cream and one is a balm. As you can see, I like the balm a lot more. These are so hard to get in focus, but here is the cream. It's a purple one, and then I have the balm, which you see is my favorite, like I said. I don't know, they kind of feel the same. The cream, let me just get a little bit. It's moisturizing, it's lightweight. As you can see, it's very, very greasy. So a little bit goes a long way, which is why I still have these from, you know, I got these at my baby shower. Malia's 6 months. So I've had these for 6 months. A little bit really goes a long way. And this is the balm. And it's a lot thicker. and it takes a lot more effort to really rub it in. It feels like Vaseline and Aquaphor mixed together, so it's very heavy, and I like that. I like thick, heavy creams. They just feel so much more moisturizing to me for some reason. But if you like something a little more lightweight and that won't stick to your pad or your clothes, the cream is the best way to go. Sorry, I had an itch. But yeah, the cream would be the best way to go for you. But the balm, I like it. I did have very dry nipples. I don't know why. And when I was pumping, I'll actually include the picture because I saw like a little brown rim on my pump, and I asked the lactation consultant in the hospital. I was like, what is this? She's like, oh, that's just dead and dry skin. So it's like, oh my gosh. And she gave me a little travel size sample of the lanolin balm, and that's how I knew I loved it. So when I got home, I opened the balm and started using that because it really dried my nipples. So hey guys, so brief intermission. I just have to apologize in advance because the video is about to switch positions and go the other way, like just flip like a mirror. Because when I was filming this, I was charging my iPad at the same time and I accidentally had it on the wrong side. I had my camera on the wrong side. So I flipped the video in an app, but for some reason it wouldn't let me flip the next clip, and I tried for 2 days and I tried 3 different apps and it just would not flip it because my video wouldn't load. So at this point I was like, you know what, I need to get a video up this week. It's already Saturday, so I'm going to leave this portion in that's flipped, and then when we continue the rest of the video, it's going to be flipped again. So it's kind of going to be annoying. I'm super sorry, but I wanted to get this video up and I don't have time to refilm it, so I'm sorry. No one really saw it. No one was coming over. I wasn't pumping in front of people. The only people I pumped in front of was my mom and sister, and they didn't even notice. So I was a little like self-conscious about it for no reason because they didn't even notice. And it's not me being dirty or anything. I just had dry skin, which a lot of pregnant women have, she said, and well, dry nipples, and they can get cracked with breastfeeding and pumping, so you need to keep them moisturized. So right after pumping, I would make sure I had my balm right next to me. So as soon as I'm taking that pump out and I'm wiping myself like with a towel to catch the milk, I'm applying that balm on so I don't forget, because once your nipples get cracked and dry, guys, it's so hard to start getting them moisturized and get on track, and you don't want pumping to be painful. So just as soon as you're done pumping, apply your balm. So when it comes to storing my milk, I used 2 things, and I still actually use these besides, you know, pumping into a bottle. That's why I loved the Medela manual breast pump, because I would pump right into this. This came with it, like a little package that the lactation consultant gave to me, and then my mom got me this little kit from Target, and it was the Medela like breast pumping set or something like that, and it came with 3 or 4 bottles, I think 3 of these bottles to store her breast milk, and it's so cute. It's so small and chubby and so convenient to travel with. So before, it had like the newborn nipple, and I could put the manual Medela pump right on this and pump straight into this, then pour the rest of the milk into another bottle and throw the nipple on and feed her right out of here. So it was so cool, like pump in this bottle, and this is the bottle she's gonna get. And because you can have your breast milk up to 4 hours room temperature, I would pump, and then she would wake up like an hour and a half and drink. So I was like, okay, it's good to go. I don't even have to get up and warm a bottle up. So I loved having this right next to the bedside, especially after she was done pumping. I would just feed her, put her back to sleep, and then pump in the room, and then go back out and put it in the fridge. But it made it super convenient for me because I was so tired. And it has a cap, easy to travel with. Love it. Still use these today. And then you need your breast milk bags. So these came with the Bella Baby breast pump, and these are called Bella Nova. So I don't know if they have like extra baby care items and stuff, storage for breast milk. I never looked into it because I used the Medela bags, or I think it was like Lancino breast milk storage bags. But I like these because it has little sayings on it. So this one says, moms make milk, what's your superpower? Let me know, because we are awesome. We make babies, we carry them, we raise them obviously, but we feed them too. So it's just so awesome and rewarding to know that you feed your baby, you make your baby's food, you make your baby's milk. That's what I'm trying to say. So it just gives you tips. I will say I'm not too crazy about these bags. I like the Lancino bags a lot better, but I thought these were cute because it has the owl on it, and then it just gives you little tips to remember. You know, do not microwave. You don't want to put plastic in the microwave. You know, don't fill over the line, because when you're defrosting and you overfill like I have done, it's a mess. And then make sure you lay your milk flat in the freezer. So it's nice, it gives you little tips. Okay guys, so I know this video is super long, but the last 2 things I want to mention that you want to make sure you have at your pumping station or next to you when you are pumping first is water. You never realize like how quick it is to get dehydrated when you're pumping. Like, I'm so thirsty all the time just because, you know, when you're staying hydrated, you're making your milk. When you're not, when you're dehydrated and not hydrated, obviously, um, you're barely gonna have a supply. You're gonna notice your supply drop. I notice a huge drop in my supply when I'm not properly hydrated. So make sure you have water or blue Gatorade. That was something that really helped me keep my supply up and boost it back up super quickly, and also keep me hydrated with the electrolytes. So make sure you have those drinks. Now, I thought I drank a lot of water when I was pregnant, but no, I'm drinking so much water. I'm just constantly so thirsty. As soon as I cut that pump on, I'm like, oh my gosh, where is my water bottle? And the last thing, now, it's not a necessity, so this is why I'm mentioning it last, but it's just something nice to have in case your supply drops, and that is lactation supplements. I ate lactation cookies. I get them from Target. I'm not sure of the name of them. I haven't bought them in a long time because I've been making my own, but I got a nice big box for my baby shower of these cookies, so I'll have them linked down below, from Target, and they were so good. I did notice that they really would help my supply. This small bag of cookies and Gatorade, boom, I was pumping like an extra 2 ounces. It would help keep my supply up, along with like power pumping, little tips and tricks I've learned along the way to help boost my supply up quickly. So now I make my own. Like I mentioned, when I first came home, I made lactation brownies, I made lactation cookies. I was like, all right, I want to drop this weight, so I gotta eat healthy. So I started making lactation granola bars. Let me know if you guys want any videos on the recipes for these, and I can show you me making them. So yeah, granola bars, and then I started making power energy balls, so I wanted to lose weight. So I'm gonna have that recipe for you guys up either on Thursday or Friday. I'm gonna try it for Thursday, but we'll see. And it's so simple. It's like the little power energy balls you've seen on Pinterest, which is peanut butter, oats, and all that stuff. But in that video, when I upload it, I'll get into a little more of why it works for me. But that instantly boosts my supply. Oatmeal is great for boosting your supply and keeping your supply maintained. At least for my body, you have to figure out what works for you. Play around with the different superfoods that they have for breastfeeding if you want to stay natural and not buy supplements. So I will have a chart linked down below that I saw on Pinterest that I saved in my little pin board, like getting ready for motherhood, where it talks about the, foods to avoid while you're breastfeeding and pumping, and the best foods to have to keep your supply and boost it. But yeah, I'm so happy. This video was so much fun to film. I love talking about being pregnant, my labor story. Like, I can't believe that I pushed my little human out. I pushed my little baby out with 2.5 pushes. So that, like I said, that story will be up for you guys next week, and talking about pumping essentials. And, you know, this whole motherhood journey is so much fun. I love it. I found a whole different side of YouTube and new mom bloggers to follow, and I'm just so happy to be part of that mom blogging family and community. And I hope you guys liked all of the tips that I shared and the essentials that I suggest. Let me know if you guys think I missed anything in the comments down below, and we'll talk about it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later this week. Bye guys.